صباح النور، أسعد الله أوقاتكم وأهلا بكم مشاهدينا إلى حوار جديد مع شخصية ريادية جديدة. ضيفنا هو مؤسس مبادرة معا نستطيع، التي تسعى إلى ربط الأشخاص الذين يساهمون في تغيير العالم في 194 دولة. ضيفنا أسس شركة سيركلو، وهي شركة اجتماعية ولدت كثمرة مشروع تطوير تكنولوجيا تستند إلى الاقتصاد الدائري، وجعل لرواد الأعمال ذوي التأثير مرئيين بطريقة أوسع في المجتمعات. قام ضيفنا بتأليف كتاب عن التكيف السريع مع البيئات القائمة على الذكاء العاطفي، وينكب حاليا على تأليف كتاب آخر عن رواد الأعمال والأنظمة الإيكولوجية لريادة الأعمال في جميع أنحاء العالم. للتعرف أكثر على هذه القصة الريادية يسعدني أن أحاور في الاستوديو اليوم رائد الأعمال والكاتب الكولومبي ألفارو دازا. Good morning, Alvaro.
Good morning, Ala.
Thank you
so
for being
much.
with us.
Thanks so much for the invitation.
Thank you. Alvaro, like you, what you're doing is very unique. You have this initiative, Together We Can, or Together Pademos. And this initiative is you utilize circular economy, where you bring people from many countries, and also you make people who has a voice or can influence more visible in the community. Tell us more about this initiative, about Circulo, and what's its objective.
Of course. Thanks so much for the question. Everything started with a trip that was to 74 countries, basically connecting people through bracelets that say together we can change the world. Through this process, I realized that most of the people who were bringing change to their communities, they did have a voice, but they didn't have a platform. So what we decided was to create a platform in 3 different industries that can actually connect people. Using technology like blockchain, and also integrating in other platforms, like for example the platforms in the metaverse or social media or the digital world, and making sure that online and offline they have, for example, shops where they can sell their products, that they can have places where they can explore new possibilities, and that they have infrastructure that can allow them to travel, to connect, and to educate more.
That's amazing, actually, to combine the human element with technology. Like it's unique to see it. And as we know that you already wrote a book about fast adaptability to environments and everything which impacts entrepreneur in that. Tell us how it's very important to utilize emotional skills, as you mentioned in your book, for successful entrepreneurship.
Well, when I wrote my first book, that, as you mentioned, is about connecting people and about adapting to different environments very fast, I was traveling the world. I traveled to 64 countries in 1 year, in 12 months.
And how many countries in total you've traveled?
76.
Wow.
And as I was writing the book, I was understanding and realizing that more than the skills that you learn in university or in schools, we need to learn soft skills, like how to connect, how to interact, how to deal with emotions as you are adapting to new environments, how to respect other cultures, as you learn also how to showcase your culture. And I think that for today's entrepreneur, these skills are very important, because we are not anymore islands that are separated from each other. Now we are a world that connects every day through the same vibe, through the same energy, through different types of mechanisms that can allow us to make business and to do business towards the future. So if we want to create business in the future, we need to learn how to use emotional intelligence, how to use our own skills, and how to use our voice, not only to build a business, but also to create a platform for others.
Absolutely, absolutely, Alvaro. And you're writing another book, which is about change agents and ecological ecosystems for entrepreneurs as well. Like, from this book, what do you want the 3 major outcomes out of those books for entrepreneurs who would read this book?
Well, for a very long time, the history, like let's say the past 3,000 years, the history has been like written from the global north, like certain economies who were like dictating the way how we should live and how we should interact. Nowadays, and from the past years, we've seen, like, for example, how the UAE, but also other economies around the world are thriving and are creating something new, something different. And that's based in understanding what are their resources, understanding how they can use it, and understanding how they can integrate. So if I can talk about what are the entrepreneurs of the future, I can say that the top main skills that entrepreneurs should have is like the ability to connect. That is very important, like
Yes.
to connect to different environments, to connect to different people, and to connect to different causes. The second, the ability to mobilize, and this is something important because if you're an entrepreneur but you are isolated and you don't connect with other people, and you don't mobilize causes, and you don't create a business that apart from money makes also impact in the world, like you're doing nothing.
Yes.
And the third part is the ability to be. And it's very important for us towards the future to learn how to be ourselves and how to put that thing out there so the people in the world can learn that the thing that matters is not only what you have, but also who you are.
Yeah, so ability to connect, ability to mobilize, and ability to be. I hope everyone will read the book. And Alvaro, like you served the world, and you just mentioned 74 countries. You've been there, and also in your Together We Can initiative, you connected people from 149 countries. So you have exposure on all over the world. When you came here to UAE, what did you see it's different here and or unique for the UAE to encourage entrepreneurs to come invest in the region?
Wow, when I started traveling to this journey of 194 countries, I was so excited about going out to the world and connecting people from all over the world towards the same initiative. And back in that time, or like to the past years, I felt that was important to go to the world.
Yeah.
Now when you come to the UAE, the world comes to you. I think that's the most important part, and that's the most important thing that this country has.
Yeah.
And it's something that we should use as entrepreneurs as a platform to connect with people from all nationalities, people who are open to innovate, to create, to interact. In fact, the past 2 days, just 3 days ago, I officially registered my company here.
Amazing, congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm actually starting operations from next year.
So is it Circulo or?
Yes, Circulo.
Congratulations.
Circulo Investments. And we are starting to operations here to the world. That's the whole idea. So Circulo is coming to the UAE because we see that this is the future, and the future is to connect, to interact, and to make sure that people understand that the world can be better.
Amazing, Alvaro Daza. It was a pleasure having you and wishing you a happy New Year 2022.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you. وهلا بنعود لكم زملائنا بمركز الأخبار لاستكمال فقرات إكسبو هذا الصباح.